Thanks for joining us on MankatoLife.com. My name is Ocho, and I'm here today interviewing Modest Music, Andy Beltz over here to my right, and Ryan Rutjes to my other right. So Ryan, tell us about Modest Music.
So Modest Music is a record label / entertainment company formed here in Mankato. It's owned by me and Andy. We co-own it together. We have artists on our label that record and put out music, and we also throw events in town. We have a festival every September that we do.
Yeah, we came together 2 years ago, and our friendship started a long time before that with the same common passion for music, and it blossomed into something, today where we really have a big goal in mind for what we want to do here with the community.
We have a lot about the community integrated into what we do. We've donated money, we do clothing drives and whatnot, and that's just the beginning of what we want Modest Music to turn into.
So tell me about the name Modest Music. Where did that come from?
So then the name Modest just kind of stuck out because it's something we always want to remember. It's kind of remember where you came from kind of thing. So we put Modest in the name just to remind ourselves that it doesn't matter how big we get, everything will always be about where it started, and that was about giving back to the people with our talents.
And that's where the slogan came, we do it for the people.
So tell me about the studio where you make the music.
Well, Andy bought a house 5 years ago and dedicated the whole basement to us creating what would be our new workspace. So we knocked down walls and closets and rebuilt a booth, a professional soundproof booth in there. I had all the equipment previous, but we just did the booth to kind of take that next step in quality.
Gave a professional look behind everything compared to, when we had the sheets up.
And you can make great music with sheets. There's a positive energy down there for sure. We've had most of the people who have recorded down in Modest HQ recorded their very first time. So they had never been in a studio of any sort recording a song. So I feel like a lot of that excitement and stuff.
Even one of our artists, Birte, it was his first ever song was created down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I feel like the residual energy definitely sticks around and helps us hopefully make better music going forward.
So tell us about your festival. What's it called? When is it? Where is it?
Okay, so it's called Moonfest. It's a multi-genre music festival that's thrown in Kasota the third week in September. This year it will be on the 21st of September.
September 21st.
September 21st.
Heard
Hopefully
it here
see
first.
But what we like about southern Minnesota is the fact that everyone has a different kind of music they listen to. Not one genre controls this area down here. So we figured we'd try to bring that together into a festival down here, because they have a lot of cool festivals up in Minneapolis, but I feel like everyone's got to travel up there to have something like that. So we're trying to create that atmosphere down here in Mankato.
Yep, building something for everyone, to come enjoy. What we do with it is we have a donation raffle, and we donate all the money that we gather from that to the Reach Center, and that's all provided by local businesses. Just by us reaching out to ask our community to help us, and it's amazing what you can do just by bringing people together.
So I really like that with Moonfest that it is multi-genre, and like you're saying, there's a lot of festivals that you can go to other places, but they usually are genre specific,
Yep.
and this is more community specific.
Yep.
And then that you donate profits to charity to local places too.
Right.
is amazing. So, and all that takes place in Kasota at the Blue Moon.
Yep, the Blue Moon
Yeah.
Bar and Grill. And they've been super supportive. When we first brought them the idea, it was skeptical because, you're bringing something completely new to a community. But they ended up opening us, arms wide open and taking us in and, let us kind of have that creative ability to do what we wanted and make something for everyone. It was awesome.
Yeah, and it's all outdoors. We also have a bunch of local food vendors, a local vendor merchants that come and sell the creative things that they're passionate about and whatnot. It's an awesome day.
Where are tickets?
Online at modestmusic.ticketspice/Moonfest.
So last year was an amazing lineup at Moonfest. POS. I was there. There's a lot of great people on stage.
Yep.
So who is on the lineup this year?
Well, we can tell you one, Modest Music. But other than that, right now it's on the hush. We come out with that on July 4th. So stay tuned.
So aside from yourselves, you have other artists that you represent on your label. Let's talk about them a little bit. How about Hazardous? You want to tell me about him?
Yeah, Brody Cohn from New Ulm. Good kid, graduated 2 or 3 years younger than me. Has put out a CD this past July. And his CD is called It's Pronounced Hazardous because it's a pun on the way he spells his name. It is spelled HAZRDOS, Hazardous.
And tell us about your artist Beerte.
Well, Beerte, the baseball stud himself. He's been working hard with us for this past year. He has an album on the way.
Yep. We've actually known Chris longer than we've known anyone else in the group.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually the one who introduced us to Nigel, who we'll talk about later.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris has a CD coming out called Paying My Respect. It's all recorded, just waiting to be edited. Chris's music is very hip-hop driven, but some of it is trying to mix with kind of this new style that's going on, but always keeping originality. Chris has only been rapping for like 3 or 4 years, not very long, and it is impressive how far he's come in those 3 or 4 years.
So the name Beerte comes from Chris Beert. That's his real name. So he added the Tay because he liked the way that Joe Dirt was on back in the Joe Dirt movie. So, he wanted to be a little bit extra flair with it, and that's how you get Beerte.
So Ryan, tell us about Modest Music artist Nigel T.
Nigel T. What words can you use to describe Nigel T? Well, the ones that come to mind are psychedelic, thought-provoking, trippy, and just straight out of this world, man. I know that's not a word, but the dude is very talented. His music is very unique. He definitely has his own sound and his own style. It's in hip-hop, but I couldn't even put a genre on it, even if I tried. Kid works super, super hard. His name is Nicholas Beck, is his first and last name. And
basically lived in my basement the entire time he was making the album. His creative abilities were beyond anything. I'd be waking up to go to work, and he'd be going just to bed because of how late he was just staying up working on his music. And it was every night. He definitely put his passion into it. And his CD that is out on all streaming platforms is called GWAP. That's GWAP, an acronym for Gifted with a Purpose. And just that even goes to show his creative craziness that he puts into every little detail he does.
Right. When you hear the CD, you can definitely hear how much time and effort he put into each individual. Just everything that is in that CD, he didn't want it to just be, a couple songs that he had made over the course. He wanted the whole song. He picked which order they went in. They couldn't go in a different order than the order that they were in for a specific reason.
Shaped everything.
He wanted to make it a definite experience when you listen to it.
And now I want to hear about your group, R&B.
R&B is also an acronym, kind of. My rap name is Revy. His rap name is Beltz. So we just took the first letter of each one and combined them into a super average corny rap group called
R&B. But we don't sing or dance really that much.
We're like the
We
Backstreet
try.
Boys. We're like the Backstreet Boys, but we're a lot less talented and less attractive.
But
Probably more body odor, Just kidding. But we like to bend genres, so we're not, we don't just do hip-hop. We do some R&B type music.
blues, we try to incorporate live instruments. Our big focus actually is kind of our performance.
Yeah.
That's where we excel more than actual music. We like to have fun.
Yeah, we like to like have clothing changes and unplanned stuff and secret guests and more costume changes and
Yeah.
just to spice it up and take it to
Keep
the
it on
next
the go.
level.
Yeah, I've noticed you got some theatrical things going on.
We like to sync clothing and stuff like that for different events. Like we did your open mic on Christmas, and we bought full ugly sweater outfits and threw out a bunch of free T-shirts and stuff in the holiday.
Came Santa.
We love the holidays and doing stuff like that, so that was a lot of fun. Thanks again for hosting them open mics that you do.
Definitely.
Us local artists definitely appreciate that. Every week you get an opportunity to showcase your skills. There's not really other places you can go do that every single week.
And once again, we are R&B.